Bold as a knight in white armor, cold as a shot from a gun. If you should look for a man who loves danger, to whom love is a stranger, this man is the one.
I don't mind telling you, I've been pent up all day since I phoned you. You realize this is a major breakthrough.
If it works.
Oh, it will work. It will work. HB27.
What does that stand for?
It has nothing to do with what's in it. HB is simply my initials, plus the total number of experiments I had to make to get it right. Here is the real formula.
The only copy, I hope.
Apart from that which is in my head. Oh, for heaven's sake, be careful. There's enough stuff in there to take care of 500,000 people.
HB27.
Yes.
I like the sound of that straight off. Your work will have some recognition after all.
You're not forgetting the most important recognition.
Of course not. But what about the antidote?
I have it here. It will cost a bit more, I'm afraid.
How much?
Shall we say 3% of the profits instead of 2%?
All right. 3%. 1, 2, 3. Let me just tell you, gentlemen, the BK Group is going in for a new kind of soft sell. Here it is. BK27.
The new wonder ingredient.
This time it is new. And a wonder.
Try convincing the public of that.
You don't have to.
We don't?
It'll do its work without the fact having to be advertised.
Afraid I don't follow you, Ben.
Neither do I. Since when did the detergent industry become bashful?
Oh, there'll be nothing bashful about us. That's why I've asked our advertising agency along. Over to you, Miss Matheson.
Well, as we've already discussed, the initial launching should take place through TV, women's magazines, and full-colour pages in the dailies.
We want a big impact brand name for a start.
I think we already have one. BK27 gave us the idea.
Cloud 7.
The detergent that's a wash day dream.
It's good. Cloud 7 creates just the right image. Yes, very good.
So's Miss Matheson. We're borrowing her from her agency to help us run our campaign.
Isn't it a rather oddly shaped pack?
Oh, we tackled the design, bearing in mind the housewife's need for a strictly functional, damp-sealed pack which pours liberally.
And the more liberally, the better.
But shape's important, too. This is a mock-up pack made of a low-cost polythene. The resemblance to a flower vase is deliberate and intended to tie in with a later aspect of the sales platform.
What's that?
A giveaway blue plastic carnation. One of these, with each packet, 2 with the giant size.
Artificial flowers? Isn't that, well, a rather tired old gag?
Perhaps, but we're giving away scented carnations. Cloud 7 carnations. With the fragrance that lingers for a couple of days at least. Fill your nostrils, gentlemen, with the sweet smell of success.
Wild. Fran, here, have a sniff. Doesn't this scent make you feel you're on cloud 7?
I'll be under a cloud when Mr. Adamant finds out you bought a dozen packets out of the housekeeping. My housekeeping.
But they're giant economy size. Whoops!
You shouldn't interfere with the running of the house.
I felt sorry for you washing shirts in a sink. Hasn't he heard of drip dry?
You don't expect him to wear those. These are all handmade by his old shirt makers in the Burlington Arcade. His collar size hadn't changed.
Simms?
What the devil do you mean by putting out these revolting objects?
It wasn't me, sir. Miss Jones bought the soap powder.
Soap powder?
The new detergent, Cloud 7. And they have giveaway flowers.
Do you mean to say you bought all these packets?
For your shirts.
I didn't know she was getting them, sir. Soap and a washboard's quite good enough for me.
But it's antediluvian. You should have a washing machine, a spin dryer. You can get them on the hire purchase.
Hire purchase?
You put down a deposit and then pay off the rest.
That's an entirely unsound method of settling one's affairs.
And you never leave your bills dangling? Not even your tailors?
Never, Miss Jones. Well, merely once, and then for some considerable length of time, but I was hardly in a position to settle. However, the point at issue is why on earth you purchased all these packets all at one time?
Well, because I don't really know. Well, I suppose I do. I just went into a supermarket and bought them. And there's the flowers.
Blue carnations, revolting.
They send me. And everyone I know thinks they're a great gas.
Gas? Do these flowers contain gas?
Oh, no, they've got a really fab perfume. There's nothing disgusting about them at all.
I wasn't referring to the odor, Miss Jones, but to the odious idea of imitation flowers, whether they're made of paper or this ghastly, mushy substance.
Plastic, sir.
Plastic?
Everything's made of it nowadays.
Really?
There was a young fellow from Rill who swallowed a new plastic pill. He changed overnight to a terrible sight. And now he's a lily called Bill.
Is that on the spur of the moment, Simms?
Oh, yes, sir.
I thought as much.
Well, plastic or not, scented carnations are better giveaways than those grotty... Hey!
Even the way they burn is revolting.
You just junked 30 bobs worth of carnations.
That's not the damnable part of it, Miss Jones.
What is?
Their methods, plastic flowers, songs, scents, slogans. Straminious gifts, Miss Jones.
That's what people want nowadays.
No, they're made to think they want it by these evil sales practices.
Evil? Honestly,
Yes.
you're up on a cloud yourself. This is just another successful detergent. Everyone's buying it.
It is a fact, sir. The morning papers say they've reached saturation point.
Well, that's unusual, isn't it? Or are you exaggerating again, Simms?
No, sir. All reports indicate that Cloud 7 is monopolizing the entire market.
Really? Why?
Well, obviously it's different.
And I come to think of it, it is odd.
Well, it can't be as different as all that, except for these plastic flowers.
And the fabulous scent.
Yeah. Yes, and the scent. Do you like it, Simms?
No, sir, I'm not the perfume type.
Oh, come off it. I caught you sniffing away like mad.
I think a visit to the home of Cloud 7 might prove very interesting.
Contact production line operations room immediately.
There.
Right, Ben.
Look at that board.
Take it easy, Penny. You'll drop dead before you make a second million.
Oh, the money's nothing. You know that. It's a byproduct. Just wait till I'm in power, then you'll see some changes.
Excuse me.
I'm frightened. It's all too easy.
Oh, don't worry. No one suspects anything. They all think it's just a rather successful sales campaign. For the moment, that's all it is. What have you got there? Bank statement?
Costume designs for the Carnation Girls. Do you like them?
Oh, I like. Yeah. Will you be wearing one?
No, thanks. Besides, you and I don't go for carnations. Only your scent.
So I'm stinking rich.
And only two people know why. Which is nice for a poor little advertising girl. So long as no one suspects anything.
Why should they? This is modern salesmanship. The perfect blind.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes. I'd like a word with Mr. Kinthly, if I may.
He's busy, and that sign does mean what it says.
Campaign room?
That's right, sir. Only planning staff are allowed in now.
I see. Thank you.
I want that North Wales Transport Division taken apart.
Oh, would they be working at boiling point then?
And put more pressure on, get them off Fahrenheit and onto centigrade.
Well, I'll try.
These should have all been blue chips, but what happens? Late deliveries lost our sales all the way down from London to Aberystwyth.
Well, they'll be stocked up in time for the weekend.
And if they get their feet off the clutch.
For you. Thank you. Make sure the door is guarded for another hour.
Give me these Midland figures as a graph. I want you all to pay attention. by the way the campaign's been handled, but I want you all to realize this is only phase one. We're going to wipe the others out and take over the entire country. One by one, areas are falling to us. There's still resistance in some parts, but that can be taken care of.
It certainly looks like people are ready for a new deal.
Never more so. Now, I want you all to feel the groundswell before we start rocking the whole nation.
Yeah.
Can we cope on such a large scale?
I think I can say we have no worries there.
How about more agents in the north?
I'm moving some of our best men from the West Country right now.
Do we still plan to infiltrate in the red area?
Well, I favor an all-out offensive.
Yes.
He's right. Shock tactics work.
Yes, the Protestants suggested that no one had put up much of a fight.
Yes.
All right, let's consider that proposition.
I'll take this one here.
Oh, God!
What's the matter?
Wind up the briefing. One of our walls had ears.
Right. Ladies, gentlemen, your attention, please.
I suppose you wanted to see Mickey Mouse.
Is he your managing director?
How did he get in here?
I don't know. He was hovering about earlier this morning, asking for you.
I must say, I hardly expected this sort of welcome, Mr. Kinthly. This gentleman told me you were busy, so to occupy my time, I stepped in here to examine your cinematograph equipment.
What's your business?
I have no official business. My name is Adamant. Adam Adamant.
Why, of course. Mr. Adamant.
I thought he was a spy.
He means a spy from another detergent group. These days, there's a wave of industrial espionage.
Not to mention industrial accidents.
This way, please.
Thank you.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Are all firms so concerned with their trade secrets that they employ gentlemen with firearms?
Guns, my security men don't carry guns.
No, strange. I could have sworn I was dealt a blow with the butt of a pistol.
Oh, no, you must have been mistaken. It's very dark in that projection booth. What exactly can I do for you, Adamant?
Well, due to my history, I am remarkably ignorant of modern business methods.
Oh, I understand. Yes, you've been rather out of circulation from what I've read about you.
Yes, and I'm fascinated by new industries, like this one, for example.
We are about the most up-to-date there is.
Well, of course. That is why I came to see you.
Well, you ought to have made an appointment, you see. It would have saved all this trouble. I'd have been delighted to see you.
Well, now that I'm here, perhaps you can spare me a little of your time to introduce me to your methods. The campaign room. Now, what happens here, for example?
I'm afraid I can't show you around just at the moment.
I shan't divulge your secrets to your competitors, Mr. Kinthly. You have my word.
I believe you, but you see, right now our sales drive's at full pitch, and I'm afraid I have a million things to do.
Yes, of course. Forgive me.
But I tell you what, in a couple of weeks or so, be my guest. I can promise you a very different reception next time.
You're very kind, Mr. Kinthly. My card. Your servant, sir.
Adam Adamant.
Who?
His sort doesn't just drop in casually.
What was he after?
He's smart and he suspects something. If he's onto us, others soon will be. Right, I want to speed everything up, move in for the kill in the next 48 hours.
You mean cover the country?
As wide an area as possible. I want Adamant followed. Right, but hold it. You've already done enough damage. Try the easier way.
Naturally, I've heard of the loyal service you've already rendered some of my Whitehall colleagues, Mr. Adamant. But you can't be serious about this, surely?
I assure you I am perfectly serious. I know the signs.
Signs of what? There's nothing illegal about it, you know.
Well, then I respectfully suggest it should be made,
Look,
sir.
sales methods have changed.
Yes, the fact has not escaped my notice, Mr. Spaulding.
I mean, advertising used to be primitive. A line of type by so-and-so's lilac-scented soap and so on. But it's evolved. Oh, I grant you it's become brash. It's all sell, 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 hurry, 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 create a demand. But that's all part of the modern economy.
Is it part of the modern economy to have the population threatened by a sinister organization?
But they're only influencing people to buy. The influence can be resisted.
Can it, Mr. Spaulding?
It isn't as if they're using subliminals.
Subliminals?
A split-second visual suggestion flashed onto cinema and TV screens. We ban them, you know.
Yeah, I'm not acquainted with the device, but as far as Cloud 7 is concerned, I am firmly convinced of a growing evil. And I believe we have a duty to fight it before it has the nation in its grip.
The only surprising thing is that they should use force. But you were trespassing, and you could have made an error about the gun.
I never make errors about guns, Mr. Spaulding. I've faced them far too often.
Oh, indeed, I believe it.
Mark my words, this is a military operation they're organizing.
Operation Cloud 7. Harmless, as I pointed out.
Harmless? I've heard them with my own ears before they made me unconscious. They are planning to take over the entire country. This Kinthly is a cunning devil, you know. He's planning to infiltrate, is that the word? Infiltrate his agents into various areas to soften up resistance.
Nothing more than sales talk.
Sales? Oh, there's more to it than that, I'm convinced.
By what?
By their stringent security measures. By the cloak of secrecy that masks that so-called campaign room.
They're bound to observe secrecy. Most manufacturers do. I'm sorry, Adamant, but as far as we're concerned, the only threat from BK is unemployment in other soap factories.
Very well. I shall, of course, continue inquiries on my own as a private citizen.
As you wish, but you'll be wasting your time.
The Prime Minister may not think so when he has my findings. Good day, Mr. Spaulding.
Shouldn't be surprised if they use Cloud 7 in Downing Street. It's the cloud that brightens the day.
Crazy the way they give you a kick.
It's funny, I never really liked carnations.
Well, it's not really a carnation smell. It's more like the mad mixed whiff in a perfume factory. I went round a factory when I was hitchhiking in the south of France last year. Dreamy. Afro...
Daite, that's a
No! Dizziac, the sex bit.
Oh, charming. I do love your little anecdotes.
I just meant they make you feel good.
I read about a wedding yesterday where they all had Cloud 7 carnations, the bride's corsage, the bridesmaids, the reception, the lot. The bride wore white, the groom wore black, the maids were dressed in pink. And as the organ played, a procession was made to the carnations arranged in the...
Ah, I like it. Whoop. I hope the shops don't run out.
Yeah, I dare say the makers will see there are plenty here.
There'll be a riot if they don't.
Shouldn't we get rid of these flowers?
No, he can't complain this time. It hasn't cost him a penny.
But you know how he feels.
Have you got 2 airtight jars?
Mm-hmm.
We can split. We can both have a supply. I'm thinking of having a Cloud 7 party. It would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, you must be there. This is terrible.
What the hell's going on here?
Calm down.
Simms, you drunk?
Just a little heady.
Yes, I need hardly ask why. I expressly forbade this soap powder to be brought into the house, and what happens the moment my back is turned? You're having a positive orgy.
But the carton came for you as a gift.
A gift?
Out of the blue.
Who from?
From the BK factory, sir, on one of their lorries.
Did it?
There's a note with the compliments of Benjamin Kinthly.
A crate of champagne would have been more appropriate.
I bubble! Cloud 7, I mean.
Jones, you have all the signs of inebriation, too. Simms, carry on with this. I want every single ounce removed. Burn every flower.
Where are you taking me?
I'm going to lock you up, my dear.
You've got to be in your bonnet about Cloud 7. It's time you faced it. People simply like the flowers. And as far as the manufacturers are concerned, it's just big business.
Hear no evil, see no evil. Ah!
Yeah, you're the only one that smells
Yes,
it.
in this.
Oh, really?
You have become an addict.
Addicts take drugs.
Not necessarily. These can be very dangerous indeed.
Oh, man, give me a fix of that cool, scented plaster.
Control yourself, Miss Jones. It is merely a question of exercising the will. I think you'll find the locked door an enormous help.
But you can't leave me in here. Where are you going?
I'm going to get to the bottom of this vile business, though by now I fear the evil is alarmingly widespread.
You followed him to Whitehall?
Yes, straight from here. Went all the way by tube. Like a child having his first ride on the train. And twice up and down the escalator.
Don't let any of us be fooled.
Did you find out who he saw?
Yes, Spaulding and trade practices.
I told you he was dangerous. All right, Mac, get the car on.
Right.
You're foaming, Ben. Not a very good advertisement in spite of your product.
Adamant is like some plague. It's reappeared after half a century. There's only one thing we can do.
What's that?
Return him to his rightful place. The past.
So you knew Mr. Badenoch then?
No, but I read this newspaper account of his death.
Oh, dreadful business.
Yes, I was reminded of it by this.
Oh, yes, the police came here, but they never found out who did it.
I thought not.
What can I do for you, then? Is it the lab you want to take over?
No, I want to take over the case. What can you tell me about this Mr. Badenoch?
He was a slitterer.
I beg your pardon?
A slitterer. A no-hoper. A complete mess.
I see.
They say he used to be a brilliant. One of those backroom boffins during the war. Yeah. Then he went to pieces. Drink. Oh, he was a schoolmaster for a time, but that didn't last long. So he ended up here, slittering with his test tubes.
Doing what, exactly?
Oh, I haven't the faintest idea. He was always on the verge of a discovery every week. Why, even the day before he was done in.
And you've no idea what this particular discovery was?
Not the slightest.
Nor who visited him?
Oh, I never see anyone, you understand. Yeah. But I did tell the police about the woman.
The woman?
Well, I didn't actually see her, mark you. But the place reeked of her perfume. Very strong in the last week.
Her perfume?
Oh, very intoxicating.
Was it like flowers?
Well, all scents like flowers now, isn't it?
Yes, yes, I suppose it is. One more question, if you don't mind.
Well, you look like a gentleman. There are so few these days.
You mentioned that Mr. Badenoch was involved in the war. I take it you mean the Great War.
Oh, no, the last war. The Second War.
Yes, of course. Forgive me, I'm a little confused about the wars.
Weren't you old enough?
Due to an unfortunate set of circumstances, I was unable to fight for king and country during either period of hostilities.
Yes. Well, no, Mr. Badenoch didn't talk much about his war. Leastways, when he was drunk, and then he opened up a bit.
And what exactly was he doing during his war, do you know?
It seems that he was working in some secret laboratory in Devon, where they made gas.
Gas?
Oh, not the old mustard sort, not like my late husband had. Oh, no. This was something new. More like a drug, he said. Did very peculiar things to people. Made them go all funny.
What is it?
Please let me out of here.
I can't. And it serves you right. You led me astray, too.
I won't leave the house, I promise.
You know what Mr. Adamant said. I can't open up.
But I'm cured. I don't want any more carnations. And I can prove it.
How?
I've got one here. I don't want to sniff it anymore. Even though it's as strong and as fragrant and delicious as ever. Pity it's going to be wasted, though.
Well,
I won't escape, and you're welcome to have it. Think of Cloud 7, Simms. You haven't forgotten what it's like, have you?
No, miss.
Whew!
Where is it?
What?
The carnation. You never have one.
Maybe I'll bring one back for you.
Oh, the shop's just that. And you said yourself most of them are sold out of Cloud 7 anyway.
Just have to go to the top, won't I?
I didn't realize I'd bumped into you.
I carefully placed you under lock and key, and now you come blundering in here.
I wasn't blundering. I was as quiet as a mouse. Anyway, I was trying to help.
Or were you trying to get hold of a few more carnations, Miss Jones?
It's not fair. You were the one that said Cloud 7 was dangerous. I was just trying to find out why.
So at last you've changed your mind?
Yes. Ever since you locked me up, it's been getting worse. Like a hunger. First, I thought I could ignore it. Now, it just annoyed me, but every hour it's been getting worse. Mr. Adamant, it just won't go away.
No, it's a craving. It is a sinister craving which might well affect the entire population. That is why I locked you up, and will again.
But it won't help. Every hour it's getting worse. Needles, hot little needles. I'm sorry, I'll go mad if I don't find
No,
some.
it's worse than I thought. We must search this room.
But what's behind it? Don't they realize what they're doing?
Yes, yes, indeed they do, Miss Jones. And I fear it will not be long before they reveal. Miss Jones! Courage.
What's the use?
Please. There must be an antidote. Otherwise it is useless as a weapon. And a weapon it is, my dear. One of the vilest yet devised by human beings. What are those?
Some pills. HB27.
HB. HB. Herbert Badenoch.
Who's he?
He may be the key, Miss Jones. We shall soon see. Please, please. Take this. It must be the antidote. Take it, Miss Jones.
It's gone. The awful feeling's gone.
At last. The advantage is ours.
But surely you can... Breaking, entering, and now assault.
I don't think he'll complain. I was merely returning a compliment. Shall we go? Now, straight to bed, and please don't complicate matters any further.
All right. I'm sorry if I was a nuisance.
You were not only a nuisance, Miss Jones, you also interrupted my search of the premises.
And found the antidote.
For which I am very grateful, if only because it means I need no longer keep an eye on you. And now that you're immune, may I hope you can occupy your time with more ladylike pursuits? Good night, Miss Jones.
Sure it was Adamant?
Can't be definite. I thought it was him. And he's got a girl with him, too.
It was Adamant. He certainly has a lot of nerve breaking in here. There, that should do.
Get me file number 6. Right. We should have dealt with him straight away.
How much do you think he's found out already?
Lights, quick.
You surprised me.
Whoops, you surprised us.
Nice of you to drop in, Miss,
Jones is the name.
Suppose you explain exactly why you're here.
Well, I bet you don't believe me, but I just felt compelled to come.
Ah, drawn here, were you?
Yes, that's it.
You'll have to do better than that.
I didn't mean any harm.
Neither do we, as long as we know what brought you here.
I suppose you could say I was just following my nose.
Over what?
Who are you?
Hey, you've got a carnation. Please, may I have it?
Cut out that Spring and Park Lane stuff. Who sent you here?
Nobody sent me, rather the opposite.
How did she know she could get in?
Yes.
Well, I was determined to. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about carnations. Imagining a whole field of them, all blue and giving off the same fab scent.
That's her. That's the girl that was with Adam. Right. Wait, just outside the door.
Creamy. Have you got any more? Fresher ones?
We've got hundreds.
I'll buy packets of Cloud 7.
There's no need. I tell you what, how'd you like to have as many carnations as you want?
That would be heaven. You can hardly get them in the shops anymore. They're all sold out.
We have a vital sales conference tomorrow.
I know. I mean...
Would you like to come?
Me? Oh, super.
Yes, you can be a carnation girl. Wear one of our costumes. We had them made in Carnaby Street.
Great. And I'd carry lots of blue carnations?
Of course. Now, if you'd like to wait outside, Miss Matheson here will see about an outfit for you.
What's the big idea, then?
She's the girl who was here with Adamant.
She is?
She knew about the conference. That means Adamant probably knows.
So that means that he'll be here, too.
Yes. This time, I want him dealt with permanently.
Don't worry. With the right perfume, I'm sure he'll find me irresistible. Good afternoon. I see you're one of our delegates.
Yes. Yes, I am. Most impressive array.
Oh, they're only for show. I'm sure it's the scented ones you're interested in, Mr. I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
Adamant. Adam Adamant.
Shaney Matheson. If you have any questions about our campaign, I'll be delighted to answer them.
You're very kind. I'd be most interested in the distribution figures.
Oh. Oh, well, they're really very confidential.
Ah, pity.
But if you promise to be discreet...
I'm generally considered the very soul of discretion, madam.
Well, follow me, then.
Thank you.
Here you are. Now you know as much as the managing director.
Well, not quite. Well, what is your next step?
I'm afraid I don't quite follow you.
Well, I'm sure your Mr. Kinthly won't be merely satisfied with monopolizing the soap market.
That's what this conference is all about, Mr. Adamant.
I see.
And here is the key to it all.
Really?
Just try this fragrance. I'm sure you'll see exactly what I mean.
Oh, sorry.
Yes?
The conference is just starting, Miss Matheson. I thought you'd like to know.
Thank you. We'd better go right in.
By all means, madam. I'm very impressed with your conference, especially your flower girls.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, there wasn't time to select them all very carefully.
So I see.
That, then, ladies and gentlemen, is the broad picture of Cloud 7 sales in the UK over the past month, for which, may I say, you all take credit. Great credit.
Wish we could take a bit of the profit, eh?
Well, I think I can tell you that most of you will take home a bonus. And now the moment for which I know you've all been waiting. Our chairman and managing director, Mr. Benjamin Kinthly.
The symbol of it all, the success symbol, the carnation that spells Cloud 7. was a time, and I think it's fair to say it, when we were the poor relations of the industry. Don't think I don't know how many of you had to suffer rebuffs, and worse still, empty order books as you trudged from shop to shop.
They didn't want to know us. They didn't.
Indeed, we were a drug on the market. But now times have changed. Today, you are the lions and lionesses of the trade. The others, the great giants, cower before you. They live in fear and trembling, as each day you have advanced further and further into their territory. In the past few days, we have reached a sales peak. I doubt if there was a corner of this country where Cloud 7 wasn't on the shelves.
And melting off them like snow off a dike.
My ears, every single package.
We want greater supplies, BK.
I told you earlier that I had news for you. By this time tomorrow, Cloud 7 will be virtually unobtainable.
What?
The public at large will be crying out for it. The most wanted commodity there is will be a packet of our detergent and the carnations. So what are we going to do? I will tell you. We are going to withdraw supplies completely. Not another single packet will leave our factory. Not a single blue carnation.
What in heaven's name are you doing here, Miss Jones?
I'm an addict. At least this time I pretended to be.
What do you mean?
This will make you flip, but we came back to the factory.
And got caught?
Well, of course, that was the general idea. It's the only way we can find out what they're up to.
You have no business being here. It could be very dangerous indeed.
Adamant's talking to his girl.
Right, you know what to do.
Shaney Matheson.
Yes, I know. We have already met.
Watch out for her. She's in with Kinthly. She's as ruthless as he is.
Nonsense. I find her most attractive, quite charming.
Well, Mr. Adamant, I hope you're enjoying our company.
Enormously, thank you, madam.
Perhaps you'd like to see our display room.
By all means.
Follow me, then.
Thank you.
Here we are. Lovely, aren't they?
Well, I'm bound to say that artificial flowers offend my sensibilities.
Oh, but these are so well made, don't you?
Yes, I dare say they are.
Have you smelled one yet?
No, I have avoided doing so.
Oh, but you must. The perfume is quite delightful.
Well, I'm afraid that scent has never been one of my weaknesses.
And perhaps these would change your opinion. Try them, just for me.
I'm bound to say, they leave me totally unmoved.
Oh. Most people adore them.
Yes, so I understand. May I ask whose particular idea it was to use this individual?
I'm sorry.
Ah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Adamant, but you've given yourself away. There's only one way you could be immune from Cloud 7, and you're certainly not on the privileged list.
I see, and what do you intend to do?
What else?
So clever, but oh, so vulnerable, so vulnerable.
But why? That's what I don't understand. Why?
Oh, you know, Kinthly. Always keep the opposition on its toes.
What's the point? We're getting saturation figures from every division. Now he withdraws supplies?
Yeah. That could be a bluff to cover some production shambles. Maybe he's got a supply problem.
But damn it, Jerry, you should know that.
Oh, not anymore. All production figures have been going direct to Kinthly. And no copies.
That's a bit unusual, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I've been so busy I couldn't care less. There is one thing, though.
What's that?
The perfume. I noticed this morning we've trebled production, started shipping it in bulk.
Yet we've stopped making carnations.
That's impossible. The entire campaign's progress is built round carnations.
To sell soap. Yet we don't seem to be doing that anymore.
True. Unless he's planning to sell perfume.
Oh, sure. And grow plastic carnations on the side.
Look, Jerry, we're around the stuff all the time. But have you watched the way people go for it?
That is the whole idea. Hook them on the scent, catch them with the product.
Never like this. It's almost as if they're really hooked.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised it took you so long to find out.
What? I'm not quite with you, Ben.
The perfume. It's habit-forming.
You mean it's a drug?
More or less. All I'm concerned with is results, and as of today, we estimate that 99% of the population is addicted.
Totally addicted. Only they don't know it yet.
But you can't do that.
I have.
Then they'll crucify you. Once this gets out, they'll slap so many injunctions on
You're missing the point, both of you. In a couple of days, every man, woman, and child will have only one thought: to beg, buy, borrow, or steal Cloud 7.
And that includes you, gentlemen.
So we've been conned, like the rest.
Conned? I made no secret of Cloud 7. You ought to know it was your campaign.
To sell, not blackmail. And that's what it is, isn't it? Blackmail.
They say one of the tests of absolute power is the capacity for mercy. I'll soon know whether I've passed that test, but until then, I suggest you choose any further outbursts with care.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll make sure that every reporter hears the next one.
You go ahead. But remember this: blackmail will be nothing to the crime I'll make you commit. For these, you leave now, and there'll only be one way you'll ever get another. You'll have to kill for it, because you're just as addicted as the rest.
What do you want, Kinthly?
I want it all. I want to control the market in everything. This is a takeover. The people, the banks, the government, the lot. We'll be resuming in a few minutes. If any more reporters turn up, tell them I have a new statement to make.
Very good.
Have you seen Mr. Adamant?
Who?
Mr. Adamant, he was with you, he told me.
Told you what? I don't know anything about
He was supposed to meet
Mr.
me an
Adamant.
hour ago. What's happening to him?
We're busy.
I must ask.
I want to know where he is.
You're overwrought.
Too many carnations.
Yes. You've done something to him.
Yes, definitely. Too many carnations.
Please, Miss Jones, I am all right, thank you. I find concussion quite invigorating.
We've got to get out of here. I heard Kinthly say we'd have to be got rid of after his final speech.
We've taken everything. We can't do much with just a few packets of soap powder and some plastic flowers. Or a television set.
Couldn't we cause a short circuit or
Well,
something?
that sounds very difficult, whatever it is.
There's an idea.
Well, at least we can see what Kinthly's up to. Please, Miss Jones, could you operate this machine?
You'll be pleased to hear that there's already been a public outcry. The press have been here demanding to know the answer.
Yes,
They and you will have it in the best tradition. I've already filmed an addition to our television commercial and booked time for it. I think it will speak for itself.
Yeah, I hope so, anyway.
You'll find it very exciting.
I know.
The ultimate.
Experience.
Quite incredible.
Action.
Really superb.
Marvelous.
Magnificent.
Gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Ecstasy. You'll always find total satisfaction in Cloud 7.
My name is Benjamin Kinthly. And my firm, BK, makes Cloud 7, the product you all want but can't get. By now, you are possibly aware that we have withdrawn our supplies. Let me explain why. I am putting it on the market again, never fear, but under different conditions. I am cutting out the middleman. And I am cutting out the shopkeeper. I am going to sell to you direct. All over the country, within the next few weeks, you will find Cloud 7 centers opening. There will be unlimited supplies. And of course, carnations with every packet.
A fiend. He won't say so in so many words, but he found the perfect way to rule the lives of millions.
No wonder they've got to get rid of us.
Gas.
What?
It appears they may be trying to gas us, Miss Jones. That nozzle up there.
Oh, that's a fire sprinkler.
Sprinkler.
Yeah, the heat breaks the glass in the nozzle and the jet of water's released.
I see you smoke. Do you have a match?
Yes, but...
Good.
What on earth are you doing?
Well done. I promised you that we would wipe our competitors out, and we shall. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some urgent business to attend to.
Well...
No guns, Mr. Kinthly, if you please. Stop!
Do take care. I should hate you to do yourself an injury. Miss Jones, I feel I must congratulate you. Without the antidote, the government would have a problem on its hands.
And now?
Well, it's merely a matter of distribution, though I do hope they use real carnations this time. Your generation has such a passion for cheap imitation.
My generation is your grandchildren who started it all.
My grandchildren, Miss Jones? You're well aware that I never married.
Hey, Adam!
Are our two worlds so far apart? Reaching for your heart was reaching for a star. Is it that I arrived too late? Instrument of fate? Is that all you are in one simple breath? You may think he's a charmer, but death is the life he has known. If you want love and your years filled with laughter and content ever after, leave this man alone. Leave this man alone. Leave this man